What's up, good people? This is Isaiah. And as we look at the tape, first things first, I know it's been about 2 weeks since I shot a video. Mostly my fault. Took a vacation. Anyway, I do have a video on Seal and Alter. Or CL Alter, I should say. That video should be ready to upload, I believe. I have to double check. If not, then you can check out David's stream over at Another Eden Adventures, where he asked me questions about CL Alter, and I just answered a few questions based on my first impressions of him. All right, now we're talking about Yakumo, another style. Here, first things first, let me check my audio. Okay, cool, we're good. Yeah, we're talking about Yakumo, another style, you know what I'm saying? And first take on his skills and things of that nature. Now, because it's another style, there's not really much, there's not much in regards to newer skills to talk about. So you only got like 3 of them, you know what I mean? His Stellar Awakened skill, and then the 2 additional skills in the new board, and that's it. You know, it's not like getting, say, a completely new character, you know, that has like 1,000,001 skills to choose from. Like Shinwa, for example, you had more skill. There's too many skills, and you kind of wanted to use all of them. You know what I mean? Yakumo, not so much. All right. Now, first things first, looking at this screen here, look at the MP on this guy, right? 3,600 this is ridiculous, right? I believe this is the highest MP pool. Well, he's going to have the highest MP pool in the game, unless they release another character whose skills is based on MP. So if they gave like Lele a Stellar Awakening, for example, she has a skill that I believe is based on her MP as well. So obviously, give her Stellar Awakening, make it so that her MP pool jumps considerably, you know, something like that. All right. But talking about his skills here, and first things first, I want to preface this with Yakumo. You got 2 options with them. You can be selfish or you can share. And I'll explain what I mean as I talk about his skills. Because it's something I noticed while just reading the skills. I'm like, we can either buff someone like a Shinwa, or we can be incredibly selfish and have everybody else buff Yakumo and, you know, destroy the enemy. You know what I mean? So it's really a toss-up in how you use them. Right, so looking at his skills here, I'm going to go to the last page of the board here. Crunch Time is the newest attack skill. Not a Stellar Awakened skill, but it's the newest attack skill here, which basically can give a shield to your entire party equal to Yakumo's consumed MP times 10. So here it says consume 100 MP plus 10% of max MP. So if that number was 500, okay, 500 plus, or say it was 400 plus the 100, okay, you know, we'll stick with 500, you know, you're giving people 5,000 as the shield, right? So, which is nuts in my opinion. For how high that amount is like super bosses would probably be the only thing that can actually kill you. You know what I mean? Like if you fight like Ukwaji, for example, and that skill that he used, that he just like rains down a fist and just hits the enemy like 1,000,001 times, like that will probably kill you. But against maybe a true manifest weapon could also take you out, and of course super bosses, obviously. But anything else like normal mobs probably won't be a problem, you know, with a 5,000 shield, right? But the better thing here is the buff that comes with it when in a magic zone. So we boost the magical crit rate for 5 moves, physical resistance is up 5 moves, magic resistance is up 5 moves, and you stack 15 seasoned. Now, I didn't read much into that seasoned, so I don't know what that is yet, all right? We're going to have to take more looks into Yakumo and things like that, because again, this is just the first take, okay? So there's that. Not the best skill, if I'm being honest, right? Like deletion is far more powerful than this right here, okay? In regards to its damage potential, like this is nothing. Deletion, on the other hand, like now if this was replaced with damage, then I'd be saying something completely different, okay? But even still, deletion hits 5 times, or it can hit up to, I believe, 5 times if Yakumo has the MP to actually allow it to do that. You know what I mean? But imagine if, say, like, all party members gain shield, or just set increased damage equal to Yakumo's consumed MP times 10, then it's like up to 5,000. That's nuts. You know what I mean? So, anyway, coming over here, overwork. The final ability in his board is great. Okay. And this is kind of where things get interesting, where how I talked about you could be selfish or you can actually share. This is what I meant by the sharing, right? You can use this skill to buff Shinwa, because in case you haven't noticed, you can do the same thing with Lily ES, actually, where she has a similar ability where you buff, I believe, power, int, and speed by 100%, and you can do damage to the enemy. Now, obviously, that would benefit someone like a Shinwa, whose abilities is based on int. All right, so 100% buff to int is pretty good. 500 becomes 1,000. 1,000 becomes 2,000. See what I'm saying? The difference here, though, in why I would go with the Yakumo, in this particular case at least, is the fact that he actually increases your max MP, okay, by 60%. And then the magic damage is increased based on your max MP. You know what I mean? So if you go from 1,000 to 1,600, your damage is increased based on the 1,600 and not the 1,000. You see what I'm saying? So it's just one of those things that could be beneficial in regards to increasing the amount of damage some of your magic characters can actually do. Or if anybody's skill is based on like int, for example, Shinwa is pretty much the only one that comes to mind. Because I believe, I want to say Colette is based on luck. Radika, another style, I believe, is also based on luck. So just something worth thinking about here. Until turn in and awaken zone. Okay. Now this also says here with 50 seasoned, you buff that turn duration from 1 to 5 turns. Now, the good thing I like about Yakumo here is that he kind of replaces Palm in a way. Palm another style, because if there's 4 staff users in the front line, you start off the fight with a magic zone. Well, with Yakumo, you do the exact same thing. As we get there, you do the exact same thing, and you start with 50 seasons. So in the first turn, assuming you have an all-staff party, you can just drop the overwork. You can just use the overwork, and you give everybody basically mental focus. You know what I mean? First turn. Okay? So that's pretty dope, in my opinion. All right, moving on to his stellar skills here. Look at the ability first, right? That's what that I just read. Okay, him basically giving himself, the 50 seasoned, and then of course, starting in a magic zone, which is great. On this ability here, stellar burst, basically just debuffs the enemy, which is fine. Okay, pretty standard stuff. Nothing to write home about. Stellar skill, overclock. Okay, weaker in my opinion. This is actually a tad bit weaker than deletion, because deletion hits 5 times, right? Like, you're not gonna, it's just something about that deletion that just, you guys know what I'm talking about. For those that have Yakumo, you know what I'm talking about. All right, shade type magic, attack on all enemies, double XL, strength times 5, which sounds weak. Type resistance 50% down for 5 turns, which is insane. Okay. Ignore target defenses and consume half of season stacks. Strength and debuff effect increase based on number of stacked seasoned. Now, if you recall, he starts with 50. Of course, if there's a all staff team, starts with 50. So if he consumes half of that, 25, I'm pretty sure that would actually increase the damage of this attack. I don't know what the number is. Is it by 25 or by what? Who knows? All right. Oh, this actually says max times 10 divided by times 2. Okay. Not entirely sure how that math works out. I'm not entirely sure how that math works out. Is it 10 divided by 2, which gave me the 5? Or what? Are they assuming that I just have 10 right now and we consume the 10, thus giving me the strength times 5? Or am I going to have these 50 stacks and we're going to just take the 25 and we're strength times 25, right? And then the other question is, how high do the stacks go or the seasons go, right? How high does it go? Does it go up to 99? Do you consume like half of that? What happens, right? Things I haven't tested yet. All right, anyway, Instellar Burst. All party members gain a Barrier Pierce, 1 move. Dispel Deployed Zone, and then you basically redeploy your Magic Zone and you gain your 50 seasons stacks again. All right. Pretty crazy skill here. All right. So the other thing that came with Yakumo here is pretty much everybody's favorite sidekick, Kumos. Right. And I just have the Knuckles on them. And the Knuckles here are at a plus 10 for anybody wondering. Okay. And here we have an auto skill, Overcome. Okay. Speed of all enemies decreased by 15. Shade type resistance down by 15%. Okay. 3 turns, max stack times 5. And inflict break. You restore all party members' MP by 10%. And Yakumo's MP by 20%. All right. Anybody in Shade Standard Magic Zone. Charge stack plus 1. Which I read this as, if he's in an all Yakumo, yes, is in an all staff user team. You start off with a zone, okay. Right away, you give Kumos that plus 1 in charge stacks. All right. So there's that. Skill effects increased by stats, which is good. Okay. Charge skill, which honestly I'll probably never have the ability to even use this skill because there's not much that I can fight to get to the consume the 8 charges, right? I'd have to upgrade Pandora's Can first of all. Have that magic zone, which means I only need 6 charges at that point. Or maybe Scott. Yeah, I would need the 6 charges. I would need a way to get to the 8 charges, and I don't think I can do that against Vars at all. Darn. I would love to use this though. Attack based on user's OBS max value. No, I don't. Okay, 471. Max value 600 here to a single enemy times 5. Ignore target defenses, and you power and debuff 50% until the turn end. All right. When Yakumo is in the front line, change Yakumo to misery mode. Obviously, basically just lunatic. Okay. Gains guard ability until turn end and restore all party members HP 100% and MP 100%, which is absolutely insane. Okay. That is absolutely, I didn't even know he did that until I read it. All right. That's nuts. All right. Not too many users would restore MP for all party members 100%. That's nuts. Plus you give Yakumo guard ability. So you could possibly take him in that Ukwaji fight if you manage to get the 8 charges. He might be able to tank that raining fist hit. You know what I mean? And like I said, restore HP, MP 100%. That's insane. To be honest with you, it's pretty insane. Just reading that skill, I'm like, damn, okay. You got it like that. All right. And then, of course, the auras here, Sorrow and Balm. Let's see here. Activates on taking magic damage. Okay, single enemy that met activation conditions, magic resistance 20%. Single enemy that met activation conditions, damage minus 30%. Right, nothing too crazy. Rejection. Let's see, type resistance of all enemies 50%. So, in other words, broken. for lack of a better term here. Mainly for this charge skill. Like, we know his current charge skill is getting, let me just switch here. This current charge skill would actually just give Yakumo, it restores Yakumo's like HP and MP 100%, and he enters lunatic. Like, we know it does that, but with this version, you would enter Lunatic, give Yakumo a guard ability, and restore the entire party's HP and MP, which is a bit different. So I will have to go through. I'm gonna have to go through the quest here for Yakumo and another style to figure out why this is right. We go from selfish to not being selfish, right? So I'm definitely curious about that. All right. Anyway, I currently have these two here in the party. KMS folks, obviously. Now, if I were to build a party around Yakumo, I would actually, if I want to be selfish, then I'm going to build for Yakumo to be my damage dealer. If I wanted Yakumo to do the buffing, then I'm just using Yakumo as support. So you have options here on how you decide to use them. All right. First person that comes to mind, everybody's favorite. Iffy here, who is only at 136. Shadow. Honestly, I see no point in getting her to 255, though. I just might, depending on how I'm feeling. Right? And this is obviously, if I'm going to use Yakumo as my damage dealer, right? That's why I'm doing that. Shinwa here, depending on who I'm fighting, I would have her use, let me see, is it breakdown? Yep, I would have her use her breakdown skill. And then I'll throw in Palm as well. Palm is a staff user who is right here. There we go. Okay. Oh, I'm only throwing in Palm, by the way, because of this here, right? Diagnosis Love. Okay, that's the only reason why I'm bringing her in. All right. And like I said, we can have this set up so that everybody here, they're just buffing Yakumo, who's currently at a 357 speed. Why is he so fast? Self-improvement, resonant power, power of pain. Is that really increasing the speed that much? That's nuts. Anyway, so that's the setup here. Rosiliak's what we'll use for this one. Shinwa, because her breakdown ability isn't a preemptive. Oh, actually, scratch that. It is preemptive. Never mind. Palm here. Let's see. Diagnosis Love. Is that preemptive as well? It is not. So we need to make this a preemptive. So we'll just give her a Falcon badge here, because the point we're getting at is making everybody act before Yakumo does. All right. Falcon badge. There we go. And then for Yakumo, we'll actually just use his overclock ability. You know what I mean? And mind you, we just still have Daybreak equipment. The only thing that can actually benefit, that helps his damage right now, is his Power of Agony with his Bullseye, Resonant Power, and Power of Pain. And that's pretty much it. So basically a standard setup. The weapons don't help at all in this case. Right? And neither does the gear. Okay? But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get back to this. Actually, hold on. I said I don't have any Grasta that would actually benefit him. Let me actually double check that real quick. I might be right in that statement. Let's see. Power Void. This doesn't benefit Yakumo because non-type attack. And that applies to Shinwa. This here would benefit Yakumo. Enhance that low HP staff. All right, cool. We'll go for that, and we'll test against ours here like we always do. So there's that magic zone, and then there's the 50 seasoned. In battle, stack 1 season per 50. Stack 1 season per 50 MP consumed. That's interesting. Okay. That's definitely different. All right. Non-magic attack. Okay, got it. Another force. Consume 1 season every time an enemy takes damage. Ooh. So this makes it seem like the last thing you want to do is use another force, right? Especially if Yakumo's overclock ability. Overclock? Let me just double check that skill real quick. Yeah, overclock ability is based on how many seasons get removed. You know what I mean? Just something to think about here. Let me go ahead and just set these up here and go back to status and continue reading this. Magic attack damage is boosted based on the number of stacks. So I can buff this up to 99 stacks, which again, if it's 5, wait, was it 5? It's 1 for every 50 MP consumed. So I would assume using the despair skill, it would take 10% and hits 4 times. You know what I mean? So we're currently at 50. Let's just see what this does here, because I'm curious. Okay.
Die.
Okay, so based on what we just saw, it isn't just based on Yakumo and other style. It's also based on everybody else in the party, it seems, which is interesting. All right, so Yakumo's been boosted. We're gonna go ahead and use this overclock ability, mainly to see how much damage this does. I'm not gonna use another force, that would be completely pointless here. Is this a preemptive skill? It is not. We'll use overwork here, and I meant to use breakdown. And so I guess we're doing this all over again. All right. We'll go ahead and use overclock just to see what happens here. I'm gonna use a different skill here.
Die.
So that was damage cap. Could I have hit that faster? Most likely. To test it, we're gonna go ahead and just leave. Hit that there. Get back in combat against Vars here. And do it again. This time we're gonna just go straight for the skills. Right? Rosaliac, breakdown, diagnosis is love, and then your diagnosis love, and then overclock here just to see what happens.
Eat this.
That was damage cap in 1 turn. That's nuts. Okay, so you have different things we can actually do here. Like I mentioned before, and that took no MP. I can only imagine like if that actually took MP. Like imagine that skill being as powerful as deletion. Okay, it'd be nuts, because as we know with the seasoned and the deal of his consumed MP increases how much seasoned you have, right? So if I were to use despair here and just use these all over again.
Eat this.
So we're at 74 right now. And then I'm gonna just, actually let me use overwork here to see, because I know that buffs the entire party.
Eat this.
All right. And then I'm gonna just pop back into overclock. And what happened to, oh wait, the zone's gone. That's why. That only lasts 3 turns, now that I think about it. What I should have did was set another zone. But anyways, you get the point. First turn, damage cap. Okay. So against the right enemy,
Enlightenment is the key
it can be
to unwavering truth.
pretty insane in regards to damage. Like I said, I could probably use this team against Ukwaji. I say probably, because I don't know if they'll be able to, I don't know if they'll probably absorb the damage. And I don't feel like doing the whole stop, reset, you know, every single time I fight them. There we go. We'll give it a shot here. And again, this one here is just for
Let's
testing
start by
purposes.
separating the outliers.
Let's see. What are we working with? And we have a null, so never mind. Right, we automatically, this isn't going to work. Okay. But we'll use the skills anyway to take out some of them. You know what I mean? Do what we can with what we got.
Found it. Take that.
Unfortunately. And then they all die, which, you know, it is what it is. But, kill them all. Kill them all.
The hell, man?
There we go. But, okay, wait. Okay. I'm like, hold on a second.
My
If he died,
is full.
and Shinwa and Palm got resurrected, how exactly? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know exactly how that worked, but whatever. But anyway, so Yakumo, another style, clearly hit damage cap pretty easily. Again, certain enemies with daybreak equipment. Obviously, if I had different gear equipped to him, he'd do a whole lot more damage than what we just saw against the clan, if you will. Okay, of Ukwachis, if you will. But so far, my first impressions of him, pretty damn good. Like I said, I can easily switch how he's used by deciding to buff Shinwa instead, and then have Shinwa being the damage dealer, which I probably can do here. I think, I don't know. Can I? Let me do this, and then I'll replace that one with everybody's favorite Mayumfa. And then I'll just have Mayumfa buff Shinwa. Alright, and we'll go ahead and go against this one here. And the only change is going to be Rosiliac. We're going to use Please, go to Horizon, and then Overwork. Actually, this may not work because Yakumo may be slower than Shinwa. Should have looked at the skill, but I didn't. Anyway,
Kill you.
never mind, we're good.
Die. Go.
So no damage cap for Shinwa, unfortunately. That also could be because of what I have her equipped with. Alright. She could definitely hit it in the second turn. Like if I would went for buffing instead. Not that. I meant to use, there we go, Trinity. And then use Horizon. Now we're hitting the damage cap. So it really does depend on how you decide to use them. You can use them to buff characters, or you can have him be the damage dealer. All right, so yeah, that's pretty much it for this one. These are just my first take here. Again, I mean, depending on what I'm up against, really. I don't know, right? I don't know where I would use them. You know what I mean? If I'm running through like phase shift, for example, I probably wouldn't use them there. Typically, I'm sticking with tiramisu, right, for phase shift farming and things like that. But he might do just fine in phase shifts, depending on the enemy. All right, so that's pretty much it for this one. That's my take on Yakumo here. For those that get him, let me know what your thoughts are. If you have questions about him that aren't covered in this video, feel free to let me know. Like if you want to see if he works when paired with a different character, or any other character you may have in mind, let me know, and I'll be able to test it. You know what I mean? I have all of them. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much it for this one. I'm gonna get out of here, and I will talk to you all later.